Right on. All right, we're going to whisk away from Mochi now. Are you heading to Zangetsu Sushi Shop and Inn?
Yes.
Very good. You're on your way there. We're going to whisk on over to Kenso. Kenso, you, after your jog, arrive at the Yamamoto City Adventurers Guild, a guild hall that you established to sponsor promising adventurers and quests all across the land, as opposed to the Jiu no Senshi army, who is forbidden to enter other regions in this time of war. Adventurers of the guild can help people all across Yakushima independently, without incurring the ire of regional lords. It is a gathering place of heroes to be. It is hosted inside of a large dojo. As you enter, you see the familiar sight of wannabe adventurers training for missions. Amateur swordsmen are practicing fundamental stances on one side of the hall, while expert duelists are sparring with their bokken on the other side. Even a handful of magic users are preparing their materials for journeys out into the Shohei region to seek out quests. Parties of upstart heroes are leaving the building to help villagers of the land, just like you and your friends did when your adventure first began. Is there anything you do, any way that you interact with all the newbies, or do you just go looking for your appointment?
Nah, man. Gotta talk about my sword. Let's
go. It's true. You do get a few, oh man, it's Master Kenso. It's the captain, yeah. You know, but, yep, just kind of a salute, bow. One of these. But some of the superiors, some of the higher ranking sergeants of the guild have done a good job keeping them disciplined so they don't start nerdgasming over you. Like they did before. As you walk through, the administrators of the Adventurers Guild are nowhere to be seen. They probably working on some stuff. But as you look around, as you sort of head to the back, you see a hand pop out from around the corner and beckon you.
Oh, all right.
It's a familiar hand.
It's Master Hand.
It's Master Hand. As you enter the back offices of the Adventurers Guild, leaning against a desk, popped open with one of her spellbooks in hand, is the familiar face of Samui Ane.
Ane is the newest top-ranking member of the Yamamoto City Adventurers Guild, and utilizes a unique style of magic called Fujutsu, or word magic, which allows her to apply various sigils and runes to objects in order to draw out the magical potential of these words of power. She has a slender frame, but has demonstrated some impressive physical feats in the past, implying a fairly athletic build. She wears somewhat eccentric clothing. Her top is a dull green, high-colored jacket with sleeves rolled up, with plain vestments underneath. She wears a long black skirt with slits in the side so as to not limit her mobility, and exotic leather combat boots. Her waist is cinched with durable, belt-like straps that form something of a harness, from which hangs her broad-bladed katana and a leather carrying case containing her large spellbook. She has medium-length raven black hair and wears dark makeup and nail polish, which complements her pale complexion. She usually wears a dour, moody expression, giving her a sort of edgy goth look. She also has tattoos down her arms depicting various elements such as tidal waves and flames. She usually covers these tattoos with cloth strips so as to not intimidate others when she doesn't want to.
Mommy. She looks up at you, shuts her book, boop, says, "What's up?"
I heard about the sword incident coming.
Right. She kind of stretches a little, says, "Things got pretty rowdy last night. And this morning."
Oh, you knew about that?
I don't think anyone exists in this town who doesn't. So,
Yep.
I'm not going to ask. How did Inzen hold up? It was a rushed job, so I was a little worried his metal wouldn't be able to take the strain of the runes. And as she says that, before you can speak up, Inzen, his voice echoes in your mind. I don't have voice mod set up, but his voice chimes in and says, "Hey, I handled it just fine, remember? Tell her I did just fine."
Yeah, you didn't do too good. You take a look.
Damn, dickhead! No! You hand Inzen over, and he's like, "No, you dickhead! Please don't let her have me!" You remember his last time. You're like tearing up. You're like, "It'll be okay, buddy." You tell. So what did you say to her as you hand over Inzen?
Like, so, you know, I don't know if you saw him. I don't know if you got a good look, but he was making his pain known, and you could see all of the stress cracks and the energy leaking and all that stuff. So I don't know what that means.
She takes a close look. She looks at the engraved sort of Japanese style runes that have been basically chiseled into Inzen, into the flat side of his blade, and these sort of cracks that come out of each rune that wrap around him, and those cracks emitted this magical energy when you activated him. She looks at him, looks up close, inspects the runes, gives you kind of an unenthused look. She reaches into her pack and pulls out a tiny little hammer, like a little chisel hammer. And she taps the side of Inzen, and you hear him in your head. Yeah! And the cracks in his frame like get bigger. She sighs, says, "Thought so. Look, Kenso, you can't neglect your sword's well-being. Something tells me this isn't the first time he's sustained major damage like this."
Yes, it is. It's the first time. I would never break my sword.
Inzen's like, "Oh, now you lie to save your own ass."
Deception, come back. I didn't mean to abandon
Roll
you.
deception! Roll deception! Ooh! Hold on, let's see how she goes. Let's see how she does. She just kind of goes, "Right. Well, hypothetically, if he had received major structural damage at a previous time, it definitely makes this process a lot more straining on him. And hypothetically, if he did suffer major damage before, you really should have told me sooner. But you didn't. And Inzen's never received critical damage according to you, so it should be fine." And she hands it back to you.
Hypothetically, if he had, what could we do? Just,
I'm so glad you asked. Hypothetically, she pulls out her spell book, flips through it, rips out a sheet of parchment, and hands it to you. And on it is a very complex series of magical runes and writing. She says, "It's a spell tag, one made with my Fujutsu. It can be used once per day. At night, whenever you have a minute, place it on Inzen's body and cast the spell on the tag. You should feel just like casting any of your other spells that you get from Inzen, just concentrate on the tag. Got it?"
Got it. Just like casting.
Just like casting.
That's it. That's it. Nothing
Nope,
else?
that's not it.
Oh.
She reaches back, and she puts down this huge tome full of loose leaf papers. "Here you go."
Oh, which one am I taking?
Which one? All of it. This is a compilation of notes on metalworking, forging, smithing, and chiseling. You're going to need to learn how to maintain your own sword if you want the runes to keep working, and if you don't want Inzen to snap on you.
Right. Okay. This is pretty big. Can you, like, show me how to do it?
No.
Please?
You need to practice doing this on your own.
Okay. It's for Inzen. I must do it. Sorry, buddy.
Inzen just kind of
Technically.
grumbles.
Can you, like, undo whatever that is that you just did?
I just damaged him. He used the tag tonight.
Oh, okay.
It's your job now. You don't need a... She says, you don't need a girl to do everything for you, do you? Then again, you do travel alongside two girls. I thought
They're my
you were.
friends. They've helped me out.
I'm not your friend.
Oh, okay.
She punches your shoulder. Just kidding.
Ah.
And get out of here. And take care of Inzen.
Okay.
Don't let him get hurt.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate all the help.
No problem. You can thank me by coming back with that sword in one piece. I have a bit of a soft spot for him.
Yes, he feels the same way.
I don't! No, I don't! Never take me back to that vile woman!
Women, am I right?
As you walk... As you walk out of the office, Inzen's just like, I hate you.
No, you don't. You feel great.
I don't! I feel like ass!
But at this very moment, you felt awesome yesterday.
No, I didn't! It felt worse! But we did kick a lot of ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Which does feel good.
Don't worry. We'll get you in tip-top shape.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
Oh, we gotta stop by Zangetsu
Hmm.
with the sending stone.
Right. Say, what does sushi taste like?
You know what anything tastes like?
That was my next question. You guys head over to Zangetsu. You are actually closer to Zangetsu now than Mochi is.
Okay.
Because the Adventurers Guild is up near the north end of town, near the main gate, for maximum visibility, as is the sushi shop, of course. So you're going to meet there. You're going to meet Mochi there soon. Let's whisk on over to Chiyoko. You head on over to the docks. It's a dockside marketplace with lots of fishermen hawking their wares. Come see Come see my beautiful fish. Tasty, yummy.
Come see my beautiful fish, tasty, yummy. Come see my beautiful fish, tasty, yummy. Come see my beautiful fish, tasty, yummy.
You hear some of that for sure.
They're not selling fish though.
No.
Anything else?
Yeah. You go to the far end where there is one low dock intended for rowboats. And there you see a young man standing at the edge of the pier, staring out into the open ocean, away from the hustle and bustle of the seaside market.
Yoroi is a mellow, go-with-the-flow monk who fought Chiyoko as the Riverman in the East-West Underground Martial Arts Tournament. To the surprise of Chiyoko, Yoroi demonstrated an astonishing technique, the ability to suppress his own ki, allowing him alone to hide his presence from Chiyoko's enhanced senses. Against him alone, Chiyoko had to truly fight blind. Nevertheless, Chiyoko bested him in combat, and has been getting closer to him ever since. Now, he runs a rowboat business, charging pocket change to natives and tourists alike for rowboat tours and transportation to the various islands decorating Yamamoto City's waters. He has a tall, relaxed physique, and always moves with the gentleness of a slow river. His blonde hair extends just past his shoulders, and is usually tied into 1 or 2 ponytails. He typically sports an oversized lavender coat with pastel accents and dull blue pants, and he always carries his martial arts staff, which doubles as a paddle. He generally has a lax, stoner-like expression, complete with soft blue eyes. Today, however, his mood appears stern and troubled. Recently, Yoroi opened up to Chiyoko, revealing his dark past, that he once used his advanced stealth techniques as an assassin. He is trained in the way of shadow, a monk tradition that values stealth and subterfuge, and once offered his deadly talents to a certain employer.
As you approach, however, and as he enters your mystical senses range, you get a bit of a weird vibe from him, similar to last time you spoke. Your senses allow you to detect strong negative emotions in people, and you can sense something vast coming off of him. And as you approach from behind, he kind of senses you at the same time, and he turns to look at you with sort of a melancholy smile, and he says, "Ah. Hey, Chiyoko. I'm sorry for summoning you so last minute. I know you guys are about to head out.
No, any time.
I appreciate you coming out to talk with me."
Of course. What's up?
He says, "I haven't forgotten your request to learn the key suppression technique. But I'm sorry, Chiyoko. I'm afraid I can't teach it to you."
Boo.
How come?
You feel the strong emotions getting stronger within him, and he looks down. And he says, "Actually, it's kind of embarrassing to admit, but I can't really use it anymore."
Maybe. Well, did anything happen that changed it?
He says, "I don't know. But I found it harder for me to use any of my key techniques over the past few months. Ever since I met you guys, actually. I'm not sure I understand entirely." But he looks down into himself and he says, "I feel like my head's a mess." He looks up at you and says, "You remember what I told you, right?
Of
About
course.
my old line of work?"
Yeah, I remember.
When I was an assassin of the Way of Shadow, I did terrible things. For terrible people. And for a time, I was able to just forget about my past and move on. But I don't know. Seeing you and your friends doing such great things, I can't help but compare myself to you. Reminds me of how terrible I once was. And as he's telling this to you, Chiyoko, I'd like you to make an insight check for me.
I beefed it.
Lucky ring.
Ring.
Lucky
Yes,
ring.
please. Yes,
Once per
yes.
day. Reroll.
Yeah.
Reroll that nat 1.
much
Let's
better.
go through the power of Hachi's friendship.
Yes.
You look deeper into his key network. You open up your mystical senses, your monk senses, to detect the mystical life force that radiates from his soul. And you just see, like, a mess. You see, like, this sort of bluish-greenish kind of, like... Well, Ki, actually, is kind of portrayed as, like, bluish. Normally, it has, like, this kind of circulatory kind of appearance in someone. And it's just, like... It's just, like, in flux. And he starts to physically shake a little bit.
Can I try to reach for his hand?
Absolutely. As you do, he pulls his hand away.
What was the last thing he said? Sorry, I got off track.
Last thing he was saying was that he feels like he's a mess ever since he met you guys, because seeing your heroics has caused him to remember the horrible things he did and compare himself to you.
I guess it probably still doesn't mean much coming from me, but we're all influenced by our surroundings. Like, just because I'm doing these things and I've been in these heroic situations or whatever you want to call it doesn't mean that I'm better than anyone else. Much less, I would think. Like, I've been talked up by my family, by my clan my whole life. If I'm succeeding with all that, what does that even really mean? Like, you were in bad things and you chose to stop doing bad things. If that makes anyone good or strong, that I would say you're much more of a good person than me, because you chose to leave a bad situation. I just was handed it to me. And I think they would think similarly. I think my friends would think similarly.
He says, he kind of like scoffs a little, like just kind of like, well, that's all well and good, but even if I accept all of that, I can't use any of my abilities anymore. I can't even help you if I wanted to. I'm just useless. Why do you think I've been giving people boat tours for pocket change? It's all I can think to do to atone. I'm sorry. He kind of smiles sheepishly and scratches the back of his head. The old Yoroi kind of shines through a little bit, but you can tell it's kind of forced. And he says, I'm sorry for the dramatics. Just, I had to get some of that off my chest.
No, it's it. I'm glad that you felt like you could open up to me about it. And people are more than what they do or have done. Like it. Whether or not you're able to help me with this, I think you're a really good, special person. She kind of looks away, thinking about what she said.
Mm-hmm. He kind of looks away as well. And then he says, I'm sorry again. I'm gonna keep working on myself and see if I can make sense of it.
Okay. And if you ever have anything else that you feel like talking about would help, I'll always listen. You can write to me or call me back here and I'll come talk to you.
All right.
And even if you maybe wanted to get away from things and like get out of town for a little bit, I would think that my friends would be fine with you coming if you wanted to.
I'm quite certain they would. He says, no, my place is here for now with my boat. Till next we meet, Chiyoko. And he gives you a monk bow.
She bows. She hesitates and bows again, in her head thinking about if she might be able to try to hold his hand again.
It's just like, ooh.
Oops, got your hand. Until next time.
And he goes to leave.
Also, make sure you charge more for the Dane boat rides.
I'll think about it.
Don't think, just do.
Don't think, feel.
He's walking away, Chiyoko. Grab him.
Personal roll for grab. Do I grab?
Athletics.
Highs for she turns around and grabs. She doing it. She starts walking away. She turns around and she reaches for his hand and tries to do.
Make an attack roll.
Okay,
make a stealth check. Okay, that works. Make a stealth check.
Too bad you didn't pick that. Or did you? No, you didn't. Oh my goodness. Wow.
You kind of sneak up behind him and you grab his hand.
Yes.
You do. He stops. He turns. And he looks at you.
She freezes, not thinking she would have gotten this far.
I made a personal roll.
Yeah.
He looks a bit like kind of taken aback a little. He kind of blinks. And then he smiles. And then he squeezes your hand. And then he lets go and he walks away.
And she squeezes back before letting go and tries to channel calm that she doesn't have because her intention was trying to balance auras to help with his calm, but then she wasn't calm.
Oh. Rip.
Brilliant. cool. So, Chiyoko, you... Since you don't know about the Zangetsu plan, I assume you kind of head toward the castle first.
Yeah, probably.
Upon arriving, you learn that your friends haven't come back yet, and they direct you, they tell you where they went. So, I'll say that since you're fast as heck, you just kind of like zoom, 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 go to the Magic College, find out Mochi went to... Someone overheard, like, oh yeah, she said something about sushi, and you're like, of course. So you run over to Zangetsu's sushi shop and inn, and the three of you blow in around the same time. Kenso and Chiyoko, you both kind of jog up, greet each other, and then from around the corner, hut, 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 here comes the litter. They kneel, open the gate, and then Mochi kind of just struts out.
Mochi, you look good in that.
You guys kind of regret not going in it with me?
A little bit.
I forgot about it.
I was in a hurry. Maybe we'll have to take it back to the mansion.
Well, there's not going to be room because I've got like 1,000 scrolls in there, so you guys might have to walk.
Oh, well. It is what it is.
All right.
There's definitely space for them.
We're just like, okay. Sure.
The crate takes up like one person's worth, so it's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but the three of you could fit with that. But you're here in front of the sushi shop, so guys heading in?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Sushi.
Zangetsu.
You enter Zangetsu Sushi and Inn, owned by your good friend and chef, Yasuhiro Otsuka.
Yeah.
Played by resident legend Bro Trooper, aka RJ. Boss isn't in yet. He worked late last night, but the managers that you're familiar with are like, oh hey, the heroes are here. One last hearty meal before you head out on your adventure?
Yeah.
Very good. What'll it be today?
Oh, wait. I go out to the guys in litter, like, can you please get Daimyo Hachi and bring him here?
The guys are like, now?
Yeah.
All right, on the double. Hut, 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 hut. They sprint back to the castle.
And I go back in. Sorry.
Cool. What'll it be, everyone?
Give me the special of the day.
Special of the day, pork katsu cutlet bowl. Piled high with all kinds of hearty ingredients.
Yes.
Actually, I want that too.
Make that too. And for you, Miss Chiyoko.
Chiyoko pulls out her little fraud pouch of coins and sees 4 copper pieces and a all-you-can-eat Zangetsu coupon
Yeah!
in there. And so she pulls out the coupon. She says, "As much eel sushi as you got."
Oh, very good! And he takes the coupon from you. He says, I'll apply it to the whole round. 2 bowls, and all you can eat eel sushi! Hey! And he runs back to do it. Oh, and by the way, I heard you might have a 4th? Should I get something ready for your guest?
Yes.
What is Hachi like?
Sake.
Sake.
Yes.
2 bottles.
2 bottles of sake. We have a nice...
And
oh, yes?
what does Hachi normally like eat? What do we see him eat whenever we're near him?
Really unhealthy shit.
Just every fried thing he got.
Oh! He's like, hey, mijo! Is the tempura batter ready? Yes, of course. All right, throw everything in! They start frying up tempura. Tempura shrimp, chicken, beef, pork, you name it.
Ooh.
It takes a little while for the food to get ready, but eventually Kenso, this nice big ramen bowl placed in front of you. This Naruto style piled up ramen bowl, same as you, Mochi. Chiyoko, you get a big plate of eel sushi. And the guy says, the fried stuff will be up next. We're not putting it in just yet. Want it to be fresh for when your friend gets here. It'll be out soon. You guys...
Thank you.
Of course. You guys start eating. And after not too long, your boy Hachi comes in, closely guarded by his thugs.
Shohei Hachi, the acting daimyo of the region, was once a humble underground info broker. He has a gruff appearance, featuring tan skin, thick eyebrows, and his signature pair of sunglasses. He's usually seen wearing a loose-fitting blue kimono, and tends to keep his hands tucked away, a habit from the days when he had a lot to conceal. Although he didn't belong to any major Yakuza families that once fought for control of Yamamoto City, he made his living in the city's underbelly, by making connections and charging for his services as a criminal middleman. If you wanted information on anything illegal, he was the guy to find, if you had the coin. So, how did such an unscrupulous individual become the most powerful man in Yamamoto City? Well, it all started when he met a certain trio of heroes. One thing led to another, and when the city fell to the simultaneous attacks by the Minamoto Rebellion and an invasion of shades, the heroes could think of nobody better to fill the power vacuum than their good friend Hachi. A lecherous drunkard with a heart of gold, Hachi has shown his true colors as a dependable leader of Yamamoto City and a personal advisor to the Jiyuno Senshi.
And some of the patrons are like, oh my goodness, is that Hachi-sama? No, Shohei-sama, they should say. Shohei-sama? The daimyo is here? Oh my goodness, I did not know this place was so high profile. The heroes are here too, goodness gracious. But Hachi comes in like a celebrity, like, hey, always down for some Zangetsu. You guys recall actually that your friend 𝒂𝒏, the main chef, you met him and Hachi at the same time actually. They were business partners before when 𝒂𝒏 was just a traveling sushi chef looking for a venue. You guys actually helped secure this location for the two of them. So Hachi enters and he's like, old stomping grounds. Is the gambling hall still downstairs? I sure hope so.
Fingers crossed.
We might have to find out after this meal.
Whoa, I like the sound of that. Anyway, he sits down and perfect timing, the manager comes back like, distinguished guest, please enjoy. And he sets out a bunch of fried food and Hachi's like, oh boy, my favorite. He starts chowing down. What the heck did you call me here for anyway?
I look at Mochi.
He looks at you, Mochi.
Gee, please drink. Have some sake.
Oh, he's already here. Don't have to tell me twice. Look. And then the manager from the corner of the room, I like sake, I like sake, I like sake, sake.
I didn't know we were just gonna have a party. What's your sweetest sake?
They have a plum sake that they'll pour for you.
I mean, let me try it.
He pours it for you. It's pretty good.
It's pretty alright.
Mm-hmm. As far as sake goes.
What's your prettiest looking sushi?
Same thing you had last time. The rainbow pufferfish.
Let me try it again.
All right. He slices you up a few pieces of that, adds it to your order. Hachi's just chowing down, dipping his tempura shrimp in like way too much soy sauce, way too much sweet and sour sauce.
Hachi, I have some incredible news.
Okay, well,
Absolutely incredible news from the magic school.
lay it on me.
You know our sending stones that we use to communicate? They're oh so essential to us?
Yes, you mean the stones that allow us to communicate over long distances.
What if I told you they could make them better?
Really? How?
They could produce more, make them better, more high quality, make more sending stones so that we can use them and give them to others that we need to communicate with.
Great news!
That they need, they just need to borrow them for a little bit of time. That's all.
The shamisen stopped playing?
Just perfect timing.
Chiyoko also reacts. She like pauses and wait, they need to take them? Don't we need those?
Yeah, don't you need those?
Another round of sake, please.
I like sake, I like sake.
Like what if something happens while we're done? How are we gonna know?
I think that we can handle it.
We
I
can
think
handle
Hachi
it,
could put his faith in us.
but we won't be here.
We got some good friends here. Some powerful friends.
That's right.
Uh,
We have a network.
yeah, I think the city will be safe. Kagemaru's still here.
Oh yeah, just ask Yoro. He'll know what to
Haji
do.
says, actually, Kagemaru left this morning.
Oh,
After the declaration. After the execution, I mean.
that's right.
he's-
I forgot about that.
He's on a top secret mission to the Ryojikan Shogunate, finding out some secret stuff, so he won't be back in a while, but to your credit, we've got our army growing slowly. And all the adventurers. If you guys think it's worth it, I trust you. It might be the booze talking, but usually is.
You know you can trust us, Hachi.
Ah.
Come on.
He gives you a fist bump with his hand of nubs. You guys recall, he's missing all of the fingers on one hand. Because he suffered the Yakuza's punishment when you guys clashed up against a rival Yakuza boss, Takahiro. That was a little while ago. That's when Hachi died. Or no,
Yeah.
did he die? No, he didn't die. He
died.
almost died.
He died?
No, Otsuka died.
Oh, that's right. Oh, it's gonna die. Yeah. Well, one of them died.
This guy died and went to the afterlife and was pulled back.
He was like, no, do this.
Oh. No, Hachi was critically poisoned and barely saved by combined effort from Chiyoko and Ken. After he lost his fingers. Those didn't grow back.
Yeah. I just last time you told us we didn't hurry home anyway.
True. But hey, y'all are out there doing big important stuff, so...
Yeah, so
Yeah, you're the heroes. You're the stars of the show, not me. And, like Kenso said, we've got a good thing going here. The Ryojikan is definitely not going to attack us. They're limited by the terms of engagement, which we still have, I think, 44 days left until the final battle with them, I think. And the Minamoto just attacked us literally last night. So I don't think we can expect anything from them. The new empire, who the fuck knows what they're doing? And as for the Shades, well, you defeated the Shades last time in the city, and you defeated the big crystal, you broke it. Something tells me another attack like that is rather unlikely, so... Aside from the occasional bandits, monster attacks, you'll be fine, I think.
yeah, no better time than the present to give up our
Yeah.
cell phones.
Yeah, whatever the hell those are. Hand him over. Kenso already handed his over. Mochi, he takes it from you if you give it to him.
Mhm.
All right. Choco doesn't think that eel sushi looks quite as pretty as it tastes. True. Eel's good. All right, and with that all being wrapped up, you guys give the sending stones to Daimyo Hachi, wrap up your meal, and head back to the castle. All together. Well, now the litter's too full. So, because Hachi's riding the litter, Mochi, I assume you're riding the litter. Kenso, what are you doing?
Kenzo's just gonna walk.
Walk back. All right, Choco, what are you doing?
That's too like upper echelon for him.
Yeah, for sure.
I gotta try it at least once.
Fair enough. You get in. Them big city types, well. Kenso's a village boy, and well, he does things a little differently. All right, so Kenso starts jogging his way back. You're honestly, what's that?
Like maybe like a quarter of the way back, Kenso's like, I could be training right now. Move over.
Oh shoot! You tell like 4 of them to vacate.
Yeah.
You take like one whole side. Roll an athletics check for me, big man. Nice.
Not bad, not bad.
The 17, yeah, you're able to take up 2 or 3 dudes worth of work. Meanwhile, Mochi and Chiyoko, you guys are chilling with the daimyo. The crowds are cheering as you pass by. Haji's waving out the window. Hey, wave! You guys are celebrities. Wave! Mochi, did you do the same thing? Kind of cast a few spells.
Yeah, but I'm kind of glaring at Kenso, like, why can't he just relax for a moment and enjoy being a celebrity? Is it gonna be this way?
Just executed a guy a couple hours ago.
He really did.
think I'm good at celebrity stuff.
As you walk past some townsfolk, they're like, "Hey, Kenso! I saw you kill that guy! Like an hour ago! It's pretty cool!"
Yep.
Yep. True that. All right. A very convincing. Very nicely done. Let's take a quick break. When we get back, there's one last scene in Yamamoto City, and then we can head out. So you guys are in the royal litter of Shohei Hachi. He's there waving out the door. He's like, yeah, famous life is pretty cool. Being a lord is pretty cool. Every so often I think about how I used to... Oh, we forgot to check the gambling hall. Dang it!
Oh, now we got it back.
Oh, trust me, you gambled something today.
Damn. True, she says.
Yeah.
It seems like only yesterday I was hustling other lowlifes in the gambling halls, selling illegal information about the who's it's and the what's it's going ons of the city. But now, Lord, I really owe you guys a lot.
And you were scared when we were trying to get you to be daimyo, but now you're living the life, man.
Guess you're right about that, actually. Yeah.
All the more reason to trust us, I suppose.
Good point. Yeah, you're right about that.
You're welcome.
Ah! You doing that all on your own, Kenso? The thugs that you evicted are just like walking, like shuffling awkwardly next to the litter, like, he took our job.
I'm still getting paid for this, right?
yeah. Hey, boss, am I still getting paid? Yeah, sure. Goes back in. Ah, Kenso, never change. You guys, yes. yes. No, no, Hachi's waving.
Soy sauce on it.
Yeah. No, Hachi waves with his nubby hand, and people are like, oh. And he's like, oh, whoops. Here's my good side.
He has to switch seats with somebody so he can...
Yeah, like, move over. Mochi, move over.
Get my good hand.
I need to wave with my good hand. Yeah. Exactly. All right.